Hi guys, welcome to the big picture. I am Beth.
And I'm John.
I hope you're having a wonderful, Thursday.
Yeah.
It's been a typical night in the Smith household. Sorry, you're going to probably hear Joey's tablet in the background. He keeps turning it up. I don't know what he's watching on YouTube.
Started with Toy Story, but I don't think it is anymore.
No, he don't last very long with that. But we wanted to come on and talk to you about some self-respect and how self-respect is so important in your life. Like, it's really the most important respect of them all, because what you feel about yourself and how you portray yourself is the most important image. Like, you can't live off of what somebody else thinks of you, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't matter what somebody says about you. Those people aren't trying to make your dreams. Doesn't matter what that person thinks of your image. As long as you know what your image is and what your destiny is going to be and where you're going in life, that's what's important. So many people get held up. Like, if I went by when I was younger what people thought of what I was probably going to turn out to be compared to what my parents and everything else were in life, then I wouldn't be where I'm at today, because you can't let that stigma of what other people think hold you down. And I could really go on for a really long time about that, but it's going to get me way off subject. But
yeah,
like,
it's not hard to do.
So, say someone says, well, that person's not going to do this in their life. Prove them wrong, guys. If you know in your heart that that's what you really want to do, then do it. We're all capable of doing it. Depends on how much hard work you want to put in and to get to where you want to be at in life. It doesn't matter like what your dream is. Say it is to lose 10 pounds. Maybe someone don't believe that you're going to lose 10 pounds. Prove them wrong. Like, even if you put it down as a little goal, like, I'm going to lose 1 pound a week for the next 10 weeks. You'll lose 10 pounds, guys. Like, it doesn't have to happen all at once. It's the little things. It's the consistency, like we talked about last night, that builds up to be able to make the big picture of what you want for your life. And self-respect, you need to have a positive image and respect how you are. We're all beautiful. We're all amazing at what we can do. And everybody has something to offer. We've all been through things that other people have not been through. And you don't know what your story and what you are going to say about life is going to impact the next person. So that's all I have to say. I'm going to let John go on to his news article. Yeah.
Your story could help other people.
Yeah, it really could.
Because chances are there's other people that have the same thing going on.
They just don't talk about it.
Yeah. Full disclosure first, I'm a diehard Buffalo Sabres hockey fan, but this happens to be about the St. Louis Blues. It says they surprised the superfan with a championship ring. So the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup last year, and a little bit before the playoffs, and then all throughout the playoffs, they had a certain fan that was there every game cheering them on, getting the crowd all riled up. She was an 11-year-old Missouri native that suffers from a rare autoimmune disease, but that didn't stop her from becoming the St. Louis Blues' biggest fan. So, they kind of attributed some of her being there to them winning the Stanley Cup. Like, yep, they got us going, she got us going and got the crowd going, kept us into it, gave us a reason to come out and fight every night. So after they won the Stanley Cup, they decided that they would thank her by giving her her own championship ring. Now, not like a fake knockoff, a real, same exact one that the players get with her name inscribed on the inside. Has over like 300 diamonds on it, sapphires. I actually, earlier in the day, I watched a video on it, and the thing, it was like massive, huge, just giant compared to her 11-year-old fingers, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. I wasn't sure what he was talking about, guys. I sent him a few articles before this, but I wasn't sure which one. One of them we liked, but it was going to be it was going to cost too much, on here, so we left that one alone. But on a funny note today, guys, because I feel like everyone needs a little humor in their life, and I might be a little wrong for laughing at this person, but I really couldn't help myself.
Boy.
And John knows that in probably the worst case scenario, like the worst time you should be laughing, I'm that person that's laughing, and I just can't help it. Like, I can't.
Well, yeah. The biggest one that I can remember off the top of my head, we had just bought our house, we moved in, and we're cleaning the cupboards. So I said we probably ought to open all the cupboards, clean them, and get all that done, blah, blah, blah. So I had some Ajax, and I'm doing this and that, and I said, we probably ought to see, make sure the dishwasher is hooked up. It was hooked up, but the water wasn't on. So I go down in the bottom of the cupboard, find there's the water for the dishwasher. I turn the dishwasher water on, and I grab my Ajax, and I stand back up. The only problem is, Beth opened the cupboard door right above my head, so as soon as I stood up, I whacked my head, knocked myself out, landed on the floor with Ajax all over,
So
and
it's
I
like a
wake...
big cloud, guys.
I wake up to a poof of Ajax, and Beth dying hysterically, laughing over me.
He
And
told
then-
me to open it.
Yeah, well, not the one over my head. But in between the outbursts of laughter, she did kind of mutter, "Are you
I do
okay?"
try. Yeah, I generally I have sincere sympathy for the person, but I just can't control my laughing ability, even though it doesn't look like I'm sincerely concerned about their well-being.
She definitely. I don't think she was.
I can't help it.
She was looking for my life.
But nobody was hurt today during this story, guys. But it was very comical, and I probably shouldn't have laughed. I probably should have offered help, but I just didn't know how it was going to come across. So I'm at Walmart, and I'm in self-checkout. I don't like going through line. There's line. Self-checkout's fast. So I'm there doing my thing, and then I hear it's like two teenage people, like kids, and their mother, and they want to go through the self-checkout. And she keeps saying, "No, I've never been through it. No, I've never been through it." So they finally talk her into going through self-checkout. So she's right next to me, and she's scanning her stuff, and she finishes. I'm still working on my stuff. And I hear the teenagers, like, laughing, like, loudly, like, hysterically laughing. So I glance over because I'm curious and I'm nosy. I want to see what they're laughing about. So they're laughing because their mother is taking her $5 bill and she's sliding it through the credit card part. Like, just sliding her bill. So now I'm laughing because they're laughing and I just can't help myself. And I probably shouldn't have been. Like I said, I should have offered help. But then she's looking at them and she says, "Now knock it off. You're creating a spectacle." So she thinks that I'm laughing at them, but really I'm laughing at her because they're laughing at her because here she is steadily $5 bill through the slider, $5 bill through the slider, $5 bill through the slider. So I can't help myself. I'm laughing. So she's really getting a little irritated. So I try to gather myself. I keep scanning my stuff. She's still sliding her bill. So finally the cashier lady realizes that she needs help, but she's not quite sure what she needs help with. So now the teenagers are laughing. I'm trying to chuckle not too loudly and make her more upset. But the cashier lady comes over and sees what she's doing. So then she bursts out laughing. And then the lady, I think, kind of felt a little, like a little dumb at the moment. But the cashier, after she gathers herself, is trying to explain to her that that's not where you put the money. So yeah, that was my story, guys, and I probably should have offered a little bit of help to the lady, but I know that
probably would have been bad.
It would have been bad because I wouldn't have been able to hold myself together, and I would have came across worse than what I already was, just chuckling at the kids, because these kids were straight crying. They were laughing so hard at her. But that's my story. I hope I brought a little bit of humor to your life. I could tell a million stories about how I've laughed at him, but
we'll save that for another night.
Yeah, we'll save them for another night. You'll love them, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that'll be our thing. We'll talk about stories of how I've hurt him.
And how lucky I am to be alive.
Yeah. But anyway, we hope you're having a wonderful night. Always worry about your own image, guys. Like, respect your image.
Be you, not them.
Yes. Don't worry about what the hell they think. Be you. So, have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and that's all we have for you.